Hi, Taylor. Welcome to
Much Ado About Some Shit.
where every week Raimi tries to get me to watch garbage television
Uh-huh.
by walking me through a season, or in this case, episodes
Uh-huh.
of a thing.
Yeah.
What are we doing this week?
We're
Raimi?
doing just the next 3 episodes of Love is Blind.
So episodes 5 through 7
5 through 7.
of season 3.
Of season 3. Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Do you remember?
I hated everything. So it was Raven and SK,
Uh-huh.
Alexa and Brennan,
Uh-huh.
Zanab and Cole.
Yes.
Okay. Nancy and Bartiz.
Uh-huh.
Colleen and Matt.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
Yeah.
Was it Bartiz who was simping over Raven, or was it
Too honest.
Cole?
It was Bartiz.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where we left the previous episodes.
Yeah.
Bartiz was telling Nancy about how he was, like, really attracted to Raven.
Yeah, which is a weird move
Weird thing to
in
say.
a new relationship with your fiance.
Right? Yeah, like...
Well, this is all weird. I mean, they're engaged after knowing each other for days,
Mhm.
but it's
It was
still,
like 9 days.
Like, if you're invested in your relationship, why are you telling someone this soon?
Right, yeah.
Like, I feel like once you're secure in a relationship, you can be like, oh my God, weren't they hot or whatever?
Right, yeah.
And you can both simp over somebody
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. Well, and this whole thing too, like, the whole premise is, like, you fall in love with somebody, they say all the time, and it's so annoying, they're like, you fell in love with somebody, you decided to marry them, sight unseen, like they're a fucking house.
oh my God.
It's weird, yeah.
And
But,
also
like,
saying these people fell in love is a fucking stretch.
yeah.
They fell in like at best.
Yeah. So the whole thing is, like, love is blind. Like,
Yeah.
you will fall in love
Yeah.
with this person regardless of what they look like.
Right. And Bartiz, like, Raven was doing jumping jacks
Uh-huh.
while you were
Oh, yeah,
pouring
who
your
cares?
heart out to her.
Out the window.
Out the window. She's hot.
Yeah.
Bartiz.
But calm
Buddy.
down. You're
Buddy.
engaged.
Also that. But I really don't take any of their engagements seriously.
Fair. Oh, come on.
No.
Immerse.
No.
Immerse
I
yourself.
cannot.
Taylor.
It's breaking my suspension of
Taylor,
disbelief.
Come to the dark side.
No. All right. What happens in these episodes?
So we come back to Nancy and Bartiz. She's, like, a little annoyed,
yeah.
obviously.
Because what the fuck?
Right. But she's still, like, okay, like, undeterred, basically.
Sure.
Yeah. So then the next day,
Mhm.
all of the different couples do things, like Alexa and Brennan just kind of hang out at this ranch because they're still in Malibu. Sorry, they
Ah.
haven't come home.
I'm sorry, of course, the classic Malibu ranch.
Yes. Colleen and Matt go on a yacht. Zaneb and Cole goes surfing. And Zaneb watches.
Oh.
She doesn't get in the water.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a surfer with someone who doesn't get in the water.
He had, like, a lesson. It was part of the thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
a lesson. Okay. Because I was like, if his life's, like, in the water and she doesn't go in it, that's a problem.
Fair. So Zaneb is like, do you mind that I, like, don't go in the water? And Cole is like, no, that's totally fine. Like, I'll go do whatever I want, and you can
Okay.
sit on the beach and drink champagne. So,
I mean, that's good.
yeah.
It's good they, aren't like, you have to do what I'm doing.
Right, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. They have a discussion because Zaneb is like, oh, is there anybody else who, you were, like, really attracted to? Like, what's your type? And he's like, yeah, I think Colleen is really, like, gorgeous. She's a really attractive girl. And at one of these questions, he hesitates a little bit, and she's like, this sentence is said so often in this fucking episode, it's so annoying. But she's like, wow, it's the hesitation for me.
What?
Like, she's annoyed about what happened, basically. Like,
So she's asking him, if he thought any of the other girls are hot and he hesitated before answering?
Oh, no, it was something about like compared to other girls, is she prettier?
Okay, well that's
Yeah.
a weird question to ask.
Yeah.
First of all,
Yeah.
like I can't imagine asking that question myself.
Fair. Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I feel like I've definitely asked something similar.
well, it's like
But
I guess like you want to know your partner's attracted to you, but
mhm.
that doesn't, what?
Yeah, it's
Just like, am I the prettiest person in the entire world? Like, whoa.
mean,
simmer down.
when you're getting married, you would hope that that person does think you're the prettiest person in the
Sure,
world.
but oh right, they're getting married. They just fucking met.
Mhm.
I refuse to call them fiancés or whatever. This is just stupid. They haven't
Getting
been
married.
No, they haven't been in like a years long
They've
relationship.
got like 6 months, no, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And they're
they've
getting
known
married.
each other for days.
Mhm.
It's like, yeah, they don't have that like once they're actually in love, yes, that it improves the
Mhm.
attractiveness of the other person because you fall for their personality as well as their
Mhm.
physical appearance,
Right.
which brings them to an elevated level of attractiveness.
Mhm.
So then ideally your partner is the prettiest person in the world to you.
Mhm.
But when you just fucking met, God, and like, yes, obviously she's gorgeous. They're all gorgeous.
right, yeah.
They're all beautiful.
Yeah.
Like,
God, what was
like
I read
he obviously
something-
thinks you're pretty, Zeneb. Calm down.
right? I read something about how Brennan would think that Alexa was beautiful basically no matter what, even though she's fat. And I was just like she's not fucking fat.
she is not. Calm the
She's-
fuck down. She's like
she walks
barely
into
a double
Torrid.
digit size.
She walks into Torrid, which is like a plus size store.
Uh-huh.
She's getting the 1X.
Yeah.
She's not getting the 3X. Like,
she's like maybe a size 14.
yeah, or even like the 0X.
Yeah.
She could do. Yeah. Torrid
that
sizing
feels,
is wild.
That feels like the producers were like, go to the plus size store or whatever.
Oh no, this was a different.
Oh, okay.
This was something that I was reading.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah, she was definitely like, yeah, Brendan I think would absolutely be in love with her.
sure.
No matter what.
They seem, I mean, because we're not hearing much about them, they seem like they have the best chance.
Exactly. They seem fairly solid.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's not fat.
No, God, no.
It's so
She's-
annoying.
She's got assets. She's got a figure.
Yeah.
She's like, she's pretty.
Mhm. Yeah.
And she's not pretty big.
No. No. Like I couldn't wear her fucking clothes. She definitely has some inches on me height-wise.
Uh-huh.
So that puts her at a thing. And then yeah, no, I would definitely I have inches on her.
Uh-huh. Yeah, she's not a big
Width-wise.
gal.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So people are wild.
Yeah. Anyway,
So
so
yeah, Cole and Zeneb have this little like thing.
That's I don't love that. I feel like that's a weird, like almost aggressive insecurity.
well, yeah. I mean, these people do come they're people,
Yeah.
surprisingly.
I mean, they come with their own like
Insecurities and
baggage,
yeah.
yeah.
And we'll
It's
talk about it a
just-
little later, but
Okay.
Zeneb seems to have some self-esteem issues. Like
which I'd put her at one of the prettiest there. I mean, they're
Oh,
all gorgeous,
absolutely.
but she's absolutely like
no, she's so
top
fucking
tier.
pretty.
so that's like he obviously thinks you're gorgeous. Like, calm down.
Maybe. We'll talk about it.
I'm sorry. When he first saw her, he was like, she could be a model.
No,
Like,
He is, but we're going to get to a pool party that's going to do a lot of damage
okay.
further down the road.
Oh, God. All right.
So, they have their little tiff.
Okay.
Raven and SK, so they're all doing these little things.
Yeah.
Raven and SK, like, do this massage, this couple's massage, and they're like, They're having trouble physically a little bit,
Okay.
but they're still very much into each other emotionally. So it's
Sure.
just like they know that it will come.
Yeah.
Colleen and Matt go on a yacht. Yeah. And they have a conversation. So one thing I don't know if we touched on last episode is Matt was he was married before this.
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk
Okay.
about that.
He was
I don't
married.
think we really talked about Matt at all.
No. It wasn't like nothing was important, really.
Fair.
Matt was in a 10-year relationship and married.
Okay.
The reason for the dissolution of the marriage was because she cheated on him.
Oh.
So that is another thing,
Yeah,
like
that's-
Zeneb's self-esteem,
Yep.
that will affect things down the road.
Yeah, regular baggage.
Yeah. So
Comes with being in your 30s in a new relationship.
yeah. But they talk on the yacht about things, and Colleen is like, yeah, like knowing what you've been through, like
yeah.
I understand where you're coming from with certain things. So like in the real world, that's what
Yeah.
they call, going back to real life,
Uh-huh.
is other than being in fucking Malibu.
This is fucking whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. She wouldn't entertain anybody else like at all.
Sure.
She's really attracted to him.
Yeah, that's called knowing your partner's like trauma or whatever and taking it into account.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Like regular people do.
Right. Right.
Cool.
It's wild. But Matt's just like, oh, I love that. I love that.
cool. Is he
Yeah.
Southern?
Yes, he is.
Oh.
A little Southern. So this isn't going to come again. We're setting up some context for later.
Okay.
This is each season has been people from a different city.
Okay.
Season 3, they're all from Texas.
Okay.
Specifically like the Houston area, I think.
Okay.
So, he's Southern.
Okay.
So, but the fact that they're in Texas will affect some things.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Oh boy.
And then Nancy and Bartice have a conversation about the conversation that they had the night before.
Where Bartice was like, Raven's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, Bartice is like, oh, I think she's really attractive. This is why, like XYZ, like we're both people that people
Buddy.
gravitate towards.
But you don't need to break down why you think she's attractive.
It's wild. But he's like, but there was no, like, they had made an emotional connection. But he's basically telling Nancy, like, yeah, it's not a thing. Like, I'm in this for you and all of this. And Nancy is just like, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
This is weird, but okay.
It's very weird.
Whatever. We're not in the relationship, so.
Right. Well, and like Bartice says these things sometimes that I feel if I was with somebody for 9 days and they said this shit to me, I would be a little like, do you want to be with that other person?
Yeah.
But
Well,
Nancy is just like, okay.
whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, whatever. Like, if she's not threatened or whatever, then who cares?
Right. Yeah. It's just weird.
It is-
Anyway,
this is all weird.
it's all so weird. Yeah.
Okay.
So, the pool party.
Oh God.
So the pool party, they all get together for
Mhm.
this little pool party,
Yeah.
and people from different couples have discussions. Bartice and Raven have a conversation. Bartice kind of like, he doesn't, I mean, I've watched it a few times and it doesn't seem like he comes on to her, but she definitely has to do a heavy like, no.
Oof.
One thing he had said in this episode as well was like, the one thing I do regret is like closing the door on Raven too soon.
Dude, she was doing jumping jacks while
Right.
you were telling her about like your family trauma.
Right. And that's when he was done.
Yeah.
But now seeing her.
Now she's pretty,
Mhm.
so
Yeah. And they have a lot in common. They both like fitness and they both like
Oh my
nutrition.
God.
That's like two of the things he fucking cites as he's talking to her.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's wild.
He's not gonna make it with Nancy.
Maybe not. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, the only ones I'm like, maybe they have a chance. Brennan and Alexa. We haven't heard jack shit about them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, they
Right.
might make it.
Yeah.
Bartiz and Nancy, no chance. Calling
Right.
it now. 0% chance they're going to make it. Bartiz is too caught up on the pretty girl.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I mean, she is gorgeous. So is Nancy.
Yeah. Nancy's so cute.
They're all beautiful.
Absolutely.
I understand if one's more his type than another. You know,
Mhm.
that we all have our draws. They're all pretty.
I mean,
it's just like
There's only one that I wouldn't want to be with, and that's simply because I find her very annoying.
fair enough. Fair enough.
But
Colleen, isn't
that's
it?
a me thing, yeah.
Yeah. I can tell by every time I'm a ballet dancer.
I'm a ballet dancer.
Good for you. That's
Mhm.
cool.
There's also just the like,
Let's not get into
Yeah.
it. Let's not get into it. Okay. So Bartiz is trying to trying to but not hit up Raven. Not.
Yeah.
He's not hitting up Raven.
Yeah, it's a lot.
This boy.
Yeah.
He
So
has a lot of maturing to do.
yes. So yeah, Raven does a hard swerve. Is like, yeah, no, I'm like SK all the way.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
Well, that's nice. It's really nice they're emotionally invested in each other, even
Yes.
if they haven't gotten physical.
Yeah.
Like, I'm definitely somebody who gets emotionally invested way before any physicality happens.
Right. Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah. But I'm also ace, so it's like, meh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
And then, so Cole talks to several people,
Sure.
like Alexa.
Okay.
So Alexa asks, how things are going.
Mm-hmm.
Cole says, the emotional connection is there, but the physical isn't quite there.
Gotcha.
Alexa is like, whoa, like, I didn't even have to press for that conversation.
That's a little. Maybe he's an oversharer.
Maybe. Yeah.
Some people are.
Totally. Yeah. But I mean, something like that, like,
I mean, yeah, it's not.
it's
It's socially awkward, and it's kind of inappropriate.
it's the inappropriate
Yeah, it's.
that's my issue.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's just. Yeah. Socially awkward oversharing.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't just tell Alexa this.
Oh,
He
no.
tells, like, pretty much everybody else except Zeneb.
Okay, well that.
Every conversation we see.
Okay, well that's not good.
Yeah.
That really pushes it to inappropriate.
Yeah. It's bad.
Like, why? Now she's gonna be insecure.
Right?
Like, holy shit!
Especially, like,
You told
yeah.
everyone
mhm.
that you're not like.
And this is going to air
Yeah.
on, like, an international platform.
Yeah. Like, damn.
Yeah. Bruh.
What are you? Well, yeah. Now, absolutely.
Mhm.
She'd be insecure. Gosh.
Right? So
Ugh.
then Cole and Colleen have a conversation.
Okay.
And they're basically like, if we saw each other in a bar, absolutely we would hit on each other and, like, be together in the real world. But, like, Colleen is more so like, I think it wouldn't work out long term.
Right.
Cole is pushing a boundary here.
Mm.
He's a little like, do you wish I would have type of thing.
Oh no.
And he's like, you're a very attractive girl.
So she's like, we wouldn't have worked long term because they didn't get along well enough in the boxes. And he's like, but you're hot, so.
Basically.
So
yeah.
both him and Bartiz are like immediately disregarding the emotional connection for the physicality.
Mhm.
Awesome. They are very similar to each other, aren't they?
Yeah.
They both need to go back to middle school.
They're also both, I think. So one issue with Bartiz and Nancy was an age difference. They're
Okay.
6 years apart.
Oh no.
I know.
Wow. Whole
Right?
6 year.
Yeah.
Gosh, like maybe my first significant other were
Mhm.
8 years apart. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it doesn't fucking matter
Right? No.
if you're in the same place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And
But
nobody's
Bartiz is not in
underage.
that place.
No,
Right.
Bartiz. Okay, so she's older than him,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a man, so
Mhm.
he's automatically much younger
Yes,
mentally.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's always the risk. Like my mom was 5 years older than my dad,
Mm-hmm.
but my dad is, well, he wasn't mature before I was born. He like evolved into the most responsible person I know. But
was like,
sometimes
Oh shit! I gotta take care of Taylor.
like, fuck, I have a child now. God damn it.
Yeah.
What do I do with this? But yeah, sometimes I hear stories about him from before I was born, and I'm like, how did you live long enough
Right?
to father me?
Oh my
Like,
god, for real.
But yeah, it's like, so it's always a risk when you're dating a guy that's younger than you, 'cause
Mhm.
it's like they're extra younger than you mentally.
Absolutely. Anyway.
So there's an age difference between Nancy
Yeah.
and Bartiz.
And there is one with Cole and Zeneb as well.
Okay, is Cole also younger than Zeneb?
I believe so. Not
Okay.
by it's not a 6 year,
No,
but
sure, whatever.
it's a bit of a gap.
Yeah.
Plus Zeneb went through quite a bit of trauma before 19
Yeah.
and had to grow up very quickly.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, I kind of forgot since
Mhm.
last time all that she went through, so I'm understanding her insecurity a little bit more.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
still, she's beautiful, and she's got to be in her 30s, right? So
yeah,
like,
yeah.
like, fake it till you make it, girl. Be confident till you are.
Right. Yeah, that can be harder for some people to do.
Yeah,
Then
I know. I just
is
have
sad.
long sustained practice at it.
Totally. Yeah.
I didn't used to be, but I just kept faking it for years and years and years and years,
yeah.
and eventually it stuck.
Totally.
Takes years though.
Yeah.
So get started, girl.
Yeah.
You're hot. Own it.
Yeah. So Colleen and Cole have this conversation and they're both like, you're attractive. Cole tries to push a little bit of boundaries and it's weird.
Yep.
And then the couples come away from the pool party.
Mhm.
The big one we have to talk about is Matt and Colleen.
Okay.
We see them at dinner
Okay.
and Matt is like not talking a lot.
Okay.
And Colleen is like, is this because of, the conversation I had with Cole? And Matt is like, well, yeah, because you called him attractive. Like, you didn't just shut it
Okay.
down.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, like, I understand Matt's insecurity coming
Mhm.
from that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That's too much.
He gets scary.
Like, yeah, this is. I had this little tingle of nervousness in the back of my brain when we were talking about this, because I was like,
Mhm.
does that mean she can't have male friends, or
right.
like
yeah.
this kind of thing? Now it's rising to a, yeah, it seems like she can't talk to other men kind of thing.
Yeah. That's
And
basically what it feels like.
I mean, maybe I'm jumping to a conclusion here. Still, like, she can call people attractive and not want to fuck them.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Like, she can acknowledge, because she has human eyes, like,
mm-hmm.
yeah, he's attractive. I think he's a pain in the ass, though. So, like, it's
Yeah.
like, I can recognize the both things simultaneously. Like,
Mhm.
yes, he's physically attractive. No, I'm not attracted to him.
Right.
'Cause he seems exhausting.
Yeah. We
you
also
know?
don't know shit about him.
Also that, but what we do know is exhausting.
Yeah.
So it's like, is she gonna, like, what's he asking here? It's like she can't think, like, you're gonna put Chris Hemsworth in front of her and say, is he attractive or something, and
Yeah.
expect her to say no.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
What's the line here, Matt?
Yeah. And that's what they need to talk about,
Uh-huh.
really.
Yeah. I get huge red
yeah.
flags anytime somebody's like, you can't be friends with, or like,
Oh,
or gives me the
absolutely.
vibe that they don't want somebody to be friends with the opposite sex.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially because I'm bi or pan or whatever.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, who can I be friends with? In my case,
Nobody.
no one.
No.
None friends.
Yeah, no.
Raises alarm bells for me.
Yeah, it raises alarm bells. I will say, as a married woman, like, every once in a while, like, if we get a female friend,
Mhm.
I will be like, a little scared, like, oh my God, what if she seduces him? But like, I'm so confident in
Yeah.
him as a
Uh-huh.
person because that's
Oh yeah, there's no way in
basically we're always like, I love you no matter what, unless you're a Nazi or you cheat on me.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
he knows that's the end.
Yeah.
So
I think that would
Yeah.
go both ways.
yeah, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So
So-
yeah, it's
No, I
you
can't
know,
imagine
it
either
comes
of
up,
you.
but I'm like,
But you're
but I
conf-
trust him.
Yeah.
like
You're confident
because
in
I've
your
known him
relationship.
for well,
I like how you checked your watch.
oh yeah,
there.
absolutely.
I've known him for minutes.
Yes. We've been married for 2 years and I've known him for minutes.
Yes.
No, I mean I've known him since 2009.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like and we've been in a relationship for 6 years.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Neither of you
Yeah.
are the kind of person to just do that.
Yeah.
You know?
but that intrusive voice is
Yeah,
definitely goes like, what if?
Yeah. I definitely
And then, yeah.
understand the intrusive thought,
Yeah.
but you're confident in your relationship, so
Exactly.
you overcome that.
It hasn't
people-
been 10 days.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, that and you got to have a baseline of trust.
Oh, yeah.
Like I understand his last partner broke that trust,
Mhm.
but you can't you got to start the new person at a same baseline of trust. Even if
Mhm.
it risks you getting hurt again. You got to give them the benefit of the doubt cuz they're not the ones who hurt you, who broke
Totally.
that trust. They
Totally.
deserve the same baseline.
And you if something like that happened, you also have to be ready
Yeah.
to be out there and give that trust.
Yeah.
And
If you're not,
things are feeling like he's not there.
it's starting to kind of when you said he was in a 10-year relationship that ended in cheating, I was like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah.
All right. Well, how does she take this conversation?
So he walks away like
Okay.
silently.
Wow.
It's okay.
so he's also not talking about it either. He's
No.
just going to go be angry.
no. The way that he is acting is scary.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I'm profoundly uncomfortable with anger like this.
Yeah.
And
It feels like a coiled snake.
yeah.
Like it feels on the way to something much worse.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
For putting in that in a way without saying horrible speculative things.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yep, because we don't know. We don't know
Yeah.
shit, but I have that same like fear
Mhm.
when I see this kind of anger
Mhm.
in with these kind of things too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coiled snake. It's we don't have the same backgrounds or the same trauma, but I still like that's a red flag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a lot.
Yep.
So he walks away and Colleen is left sitting at the table for a minute and then she like goes and follows him and he's like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. This is over.
Wow.
And she's like, no, like, give me some time. Like,
No.
let me explain.
No. This is red flags.
Oh, absolutely.
We're walking down a trail of red flags right now.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
boy needs to go to some therapy.
Oh, extensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew.
It's a lot. So,
Let him walk away, Colleen.
right?
This is red flag town. I know you want to be on the show for longer.
But-
Let this one go.
Mm-hmm.
You.
And there will always be people who are on your side,
Oh,
no
yeah.
matter how they edit anything.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
There's always people who will be on your side.
Absolutely.
So,
like you
yeah.
didn't do anything wrong, Colleen.
No.
You really didn't.
So, that's how we end that night.
Okay, so we don't know if they're like still together or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the next morning, I think we visit Cole and Zeneb first.
Mm.
And they have a conversation because Zeneb is upset with Cole.
Yeah, he went around telling everybody he didn't feel a physical connection with her.
That's not what we're upset about.
Okay, what are we upset about?
Zeneb is upset because Cole, at the pool party, Cole came up to Zeneb. Zeneb asked Cole,
Mm-hmm.
you know, if he finds anybody else attractive there, and is like, she also asks him to rate her.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, that. No, no. Zeneb, honey, no.
Right?
Don't, no.
Well, I mean, you would expect from your fiance to give you a 10.
from your fiance, but
Yeah.
from a man you've known for 9 days.
It's fiance.
No, I will not acknowledge. I refuse.
Their impending marriage.
I refuse. Their rapidly dissolving impending marriage.
Yes.
Because they're not actually compatible, which you find out if you are or not after several dates.
But he gives her like an 8, I think.
Okay.
And she is like, is there anybody who you would give a 10? And he's like hesitant a little bit for a second. And then he says Colleen. And
Okay, the boy's too honest.
right? Well, and then he's like, "Oh, you should take 8 as a compliment because I like 60% of the women in the world, like I don't consider them to even be like a 7. So, you should be happy
Okay,
about your
okay,
8."
Okay. This is bad all around.
Yeah.
First of all, don't ask somebody to rank you
Mhm.
because there's no good way for it to go, honestly. Like even if somebody just blanket gives you a 10, like what are you achieving here? But also he's too honest and needs
Yeah.
to learn.
He needs to
Ta-
grow the fuck up.
Yeah, he needs to figure out what's important
Mhm.
to him.
Right.
I guess it's Colleen's tits. Anyway,
Mhm. And her body.
her body, but her body.
Yeah.
So they're talking about that this morning.
Mhm.
How's
Yep.
that going?
Poorly.
Yeah.
Because he's just like, "Oh, what? You don't want me to have eyes?" And she's like, "Well, no, I don't want you to have eyes, but like, I want you to have eyes for me." And the conversation basically devolves into like her saying, if you're not in this, like, then let me know because not letting me know is so disrespectful.
Yeah.
And I
It
don't want to be
is.
disrespected that way.
Yeah. If you're not actually invested, don't string somebody along.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, she says something along the lines of like, I'm giving a lot here and I will do that if there's something to do that for.
Yeah.
But if there's not, let me know.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah. So, they end on weird terms.
Okay.
Yeah. That conversation ends super weird. Because it doesn't really, like,
No resolution. Just
Not
kind
really.
of like simmers.
yeah,
Oof.
basically.
Love
The
it.
conversation ends with Seneb being like, have enough respect for me to tell me when this is over.
Okay.
Because that's the conversation you want to have with your fiance.
Yeah. Also using the word when rather than if.
Right.
That's
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they're not gonna make it. Anyway.
Probably not. So then everybody comes together
Mm-hmm.
before they leave to get their phones back.
Okay.
Because now they're going back to Houston and going back into the real world.
Quote unquote.
They
Gonna
are
go play house.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and they get to this is the time where they meet each other's families. So they meet each other's families. They move into an apartment together, provided by production, and they like go back to their regular like working lives and stuff. And they have to figure out how to make it work. So, yeah, it's fun. They get their phones back so that they can like tell everybody,
Sure.
what's happening and all of that.
Sure.
So, SK and Raven, SK's family is like, cool, we want to meet her.
Sure.
Raven's family is like, what the fuck? What are you doing?
Did nobody tell?
Apparently not. Because Cole's family is also the same way.
The
They're
fuck?
like, what did you do to Cole? Like, this isn't Cole.
What the fuck?
Like, it's weird.
He went on a show
right?
that does this deliberately.
Yeah.
That if you want to proceed in the show, you have to literally propose.
Right. He was gone for like 3-4 weeks.
Yeah. Did they not know? Did he just drop
Right?
off the face of the fucking
Right?
planet?
I don't know, dude.
Did they think he was abducted or
Maybe.
like what?
I don't know.
Okay, why aren't people telling their families they're going on these fucking shows?
It's weird.
yeah.
It's
Okay.
real weird.
Cool. Zanab, get out of there.
Right?
Because apparently he's overly honest with you and evasive with his family.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
Yeah. So then we get into the real world and figuring out like what they're going to do.
'Kay.
So Matt and Colleen,
Uh-huh.
I feel like they have a fairly we don't really hear a lot about how they're going to make things work, so it sounds like everything is fairly easy.
Did we see any resolution from their little...
Oh, yeah. They talked. It was a miscommunication, and they're good now.
Okay.
They hit a rough patch, and now they're fine.
Yeah. I think Colleen should get out of there.
Yeah, probably.
I'm a little concerned.
Me too.
Okay.
Yeah. Get ready to be more concerned. Anyway,
Oh, God.
Brennan and Alexa.
Yeah.
So, right before they left Malibu,
Uh-huh.
Alexa told Brennan that she does not wear clothes twice.
Okay.
She does not wear outfits twice,
That's wild.
right?
Please tell me she thrift shops?
Doesn't seem like it.
Oh, no.
Based on her
Ugh.
style.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, an outfit is an outfit, and it's meant like it's that look, and then we move on to other looks.
Okay. I have a lot of concerns about this. Not sure Guy would. Not entirely
he
certain.
doesn't at all.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I just like imagining like my dad or somebody being told that, just being like, okay, well, I have my 8 shirts.
Right.
I'm good.
I can't like
That it's crazy to me, obviously, because that's a wild fucking thing.
it's such I have so many issues with it.
I mean, yes,
There's straight up just the financials.
financial waste. Just yeah, waste,
Yeah.
wastefulness, and
It's so
and
wasteful.
contributing to the fast fashion horror out there. Like,
Oh yeah.
there's a lot. There's a lot. Let's not get too into it. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's bad, and I think we can all understand why.
Yes.
But we're not dating her,
Yes.
so does Brennan care?
No, he doesn't.
All right.
But Brennan is not deterred by this. They get into the real world, and he's like, "Yeah, I've got $32,000 in student loan debt, which is going to be paid off. It's fine." Alexa is like, "I don't really have any debt or major bills besides my credit card bills from her ridiculous amount of spending on
Mhm.
clothes."
Mm-hmm.
And she's also like, "Oh, ideally, I want to be a stay-at-home mom, and I could see us getting a home in like a year. Like, do you think that's possible?" And he's like, I think that could very well be a possibility."
Sure.
And then, what is the other thing she says that just made my fucking brain explode? Oh, she was like, "I never want to have to worry about money."
I mean, yeah, that's the dream.
She wants to be able to go on trips and like take nice dinners and things like whenever they want. And like, yeah, that is the absolute dream.
That's the dream. Do you think
That's going to be that way forever?
was she expressing that as an actual like you need to make this happen for me, or just like a I'd love if this were my life,
Right.
because those are different things.
It came across as the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe it could just be a misinterpretation on our part.
And Brennan does say he's like, "Yeah, I want to do that as well."
Yeah. Don't
But
we all?
like Brennan grew up in situations where if his grandparents didn't help their family, they wouldn't have eaten. The heat was turned off a couple of times.
Yeah.
So he is very much like, "No, we need I do want to have enough money to be taken care of
Yeah.
with shit." So,
Don't we fucking all?
right? Yeah.
Welcome
yeah.
to existing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, Nancy and Bartice
Mhm.
try to figure out their shit. Nancy is a property owner. She owns a lot of properties.
Nice.
In order to rent them out as like Airbnbs and shit.
Okay.
I have a problem with landlords.
Yeah,
So
I do too, but I have had some good ones.
Oh, yeah.
So I'd like to give her the benefit of the doubt.
we hope.
Yes.
So they go to one of her properties, and this is when Bartise finds out in his mind, we don't know how much was said in the pods,
Mm-hmm.
but Nancy's ex-boyfriend is still pretty involved in the picture. His name is still on most of the deeds or whatever for these houses. So she's not paying the mortgages. He is.
Okay.
But it should generate enough revenue to
Right.
pay that mortgage. So, but if Nancy's ex just decides, okay, I'm not gonna pay this anymore, it falls on Nancy.
Right.
So, Bartise doesn't seem to care about this as much as he does just having the ex involved.
Okay. I was more concerned about
Right.
the like business side of things.
Right.
But
She does say that she is financially set up, so she doesn't take another property on unless she has enough revenue for basically taking care of 6 months of all of her properties.
okay.
So she
That's
seems to be pretty set up financially.
Yeah, sure.
So good for her.
So he's just being an insecure baby
Yeah.
because he's over here being like, I want to be with Raven because she's hot.
Yeah.
So
Basically.
I'm easily swayed. You must be too.
Mhm.
Oh, no.
So we also see them have a conversation. Nancy is a speech pathologist. She has worked with kids.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, if we were to get pregnant and we did testing and the baby came up with, certain disabilities or certain,
Mm-hmm.
things, like I would want to abort.
Mm-hmm.
And Bartise is like, whoa, no, absolutely not.
Oh, boy.
And she's like, well, what if this?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, no, absolutely not. And then she's like, well, what about this? And he's like, okay, that's a different thing to me. Like, I've bought Plan B. Like, that's a different thing.
Oh, my God. So she's presenting scenarios in which she'd abort.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, nah.
Yeah.
Okay. But Plan B's different.
Uh-huh. He's bought Plan B. It's different.
Yeah.
That's
it's different
you
when it's
realize you made a mistake, and then
Yeah. Not if I'm still going to make you go through with labor even if our kid's going to die the
Yeah.
second they hit air.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you through more trauma.
Yeah.
We need to put a trigger warning on this. Anyway.
Yep.
So
Yikes.
yes, big yikes. So that conversation gets had,
Uh-huh.
and then Nancy meets Bartise's family,
Uh-huh.
and Bartise brings up how she feels about abortion.
Okay, to his family?
And then, because of that, Bartise's sister starts crying about the aborted children.
Oh my God.
It feels like he's taking the gun and he's trying to shoot Nancy's foot.
Yeah. God. My gosh.
Yeah.
Like, what about all the women, living women,
Mm-hmm.
who suffered?
Nah, fuck them.
Fuck 'em.
There could be new life.
Yeah.
New baby we can indoctrinate.
Yes. Indoctrinate new baby.
Yes. It's a yikes.
It's a big yikes.
Everything's still fine, though,
Jesus Christ.
despite that
Nancy,
big difference.
jump the fucking ship.
Right?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Nancy's family is like, okay, you're all right. If you ever hurt her, we'll kill you.
Cool.
Type shit.
Yeah. Typical.
Yeah. Cole meets Zeneb's family,
Mhm.
and that goes pretty well. Cole does have to be sat down. And so it's Zeneb's stepmother.
Okay.
I don't understand, and this could be, her just calling this lady a stepmother.
I mean, it could her parents could have been separated when
Yeah.
her father passed,
Oh,
and
true.
he could have
Yeah.
had another wife, and
Mhm.
she's just stayed in her life through all this.
Yeah. So, because of that, and she has a stepbrother too.
Okay, cool. I'm
Um,
glad she has people.
yes. So Cole has to be sat down and be told, like, hey, Zeneb doesn't have parents. So the fact that your parents are not approving of this is difficult for her. And he's like, wow, I never thought of that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
He
yeah.
needs to head to 7th period gym because
Gosh.
Yeah.
Him and Bartice just need to go back to middle school.
for real, yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, enough of that bullshit.
Right? So that's fun.
Cool. How are Raven and SK doing?
Raven and SK are doing pretty good. Raven says kind of the same sentiment as Alexa.
Okay.
She's like, yeah, I want to still be set up financially and like be able to have nice dinners and take trips and all of that.
I mean, yeah, that's the dream.
Right.
Like,
The issue here is that literally like 3 months after they're getting married, SK has to move to California because he got accepted into UC Berkeley on a full ride scholarship. Yeah.
that's amazing. Good
he's a
for
smart
him.
fucking dude.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah. And she's like, well, I mean, we should still keep my apartment here. And yeah, I still want to be like set up financially. He's going to be a full-time student.
Yeah.
He needs to live like a student.
Yep.
Like,
Oh my god. Yeah, no. Okay, it's a big fucking ask to I mean they just met
mhm.
and having to uproot your life for a new relationship, don't do that. Just like you knew him already.
Yeah.
She just met this guy.
Yeah.
Like don't uproot your whole life for an entire relationship.
Right, yeah.
Like
It's
also
been a
you
month
were
maybe.
you were moving 2 hours from your family. Like
right, yeah. Yeah.
like she'd be moving states away,
oh yeah.
giving up every like her
Mhm.
Pilates studio and
Right,
her
yeah.
apartment and everything
Mhm.
to move states away,
Mhm.
half a continent away
Mhm.
from everything she knows and loves for a man she just met.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't do that.
It's a lot.
Don't do that. That's a hell of a risk.
Yeah.
That's quite the gamble.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't
Yeah.
do that.
Fine. Yeah, so that conversation is had.
Okay.
Just like, okay, we'll figure it out.
all right.
We'll iron out details later.
Well,
Yeah,
okay then.
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Oh, Raven meets SK's family,
Oh yeah.
and they are like, yeah, we love this girl.
Hell yeah.
Like, she's getting right into the Nigerian food.
Nice.
Like, she is using a fork instead of her hands. But,
you know.
she got permission.
Okay.
And yeah, they are pretty on board with
Cool.
it, so it seems.
We stand a supportive family.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, we're going to have like we're going to blend cultures, but we will still be doing some of the traditional Nigerian
Sure.
like marriage ceremony shit.
Yeah, that's fine. I
Yeah.
mean, when you're marrying somebody of a different culture,
Mhm.
there's a blending.
Exactly. Yeah.
There has to be. So.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's how that goes.
Okay.
The next thing we have to get into is basically the biggest thing is the Cole Colleen conversation come up when we've rejoined everybody else. Like, Andrew comes back.
Oh.
This is their, like, it's a little reunion party
Okay.
before they start with the heavy wedding preparations.
Okay.
So Matt and Zeneb have a conversation, and Matt tells Zeneb what Colleen had said to Cole and what Cole had said to Colleen. Zeneb did not know about that conversation.
Oh.
Yeah. And is getting details about it.
Zeneb, run.
Right?
Run, girl.
Yeah.
Like,
So,
you have your own stuff to sort out, but be with, like, an adult, at least.
right.
Cole is a child in a man's body.
Right. So Matt and Zeneb have a conversation. So
Colleen
then,
also run. Matt kind of scares me.
right. Matt is upset with Colleen all over again,
Again.
which Colleen is kind of like, why are you bringing this up again? Like, we were fine.
Yeah.
Which, yes, I get. And if this was a real relationship,
Yeah.
I would basically be like, yeah, like, he
Mhm.
needs to chill a little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
I think he does in general. I think he needs some therapy.
oh, absolutely.
He's kind of got that vibe right now that's freaking me out.
Well, and she's very much like, well, why can't you move past it? We've passed this.
but I think she should just run.
Yeah.
Because he's got that coiled snake energy and he can't seem to move past this
Yeah.
one conversation.
Yeah. Which I get. But also, like, if your partner is upset about something, I ask my husband at least like twice a week. I'm like, you still love me, right? Like, you should still be able to
Yeah.
reassure that person.
Yeah. This, though, is different than that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like, you're
Yeah.
coming at this from a healthy relationship and, like, imposing the same, like, what you do, that kind of thing. This is not.
Yeah.
No. Like, she should leave.
Oh, yeah. She should absolutely
She should
leave.
absolutely leave.
It's wild. So then
Zeneb and Cole.
Zeneb and Cole have a conversation. And Zeneb is like, you know, I didn't know what was said, and I just found out what was said. And it's really fucked up
Yeah.
that you, like,
You were coming on to Colleen.
yeah, and that you, like, called her a really attractive girl. And, like, so the phrase, what Matt kind of infers from that conversation is that, oh, if we met each other in the real world, we would totally be attracted to each other, and whatever happens, happens. But that was
that
never
was
said.
not. No, I read it as, okay, they'd see each other, think they were hot enough to start dating,
Mm-hmm.
and then she said it ultimately wouldn't work out because of their lack of connection in the pods.
Their lack of connection in the pods, and I mean, she is
But he's
probably
like, short term, you're hot.
Oh, absolutely, and she's probably doing a wall because he rejected her.
Also that.
So,
But still, like, yeah, she's like, it wouldn't work out long term.
Mhm.
So she's like, yeah, you're hot, and if we'd met in the real world, maybe I'd have dated you, but
right, yeah,
I know it wouldn't work.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what the fuck's the problem?
Right. So,
Matt, you've got a lot of trauma and some weird anger, and you got to go to therapy, man.
Yes,
You're kind of
seriously.
scaring me.
for real. So Cole and Zeneb's conversation.
Right.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I didn't know the specifics, and now I'm hearing them, and, like, I'm Team Matt on this issue.
Sure.
And Cole is like, why aren't you Team Cole? You should be Team Cole. Like,
Why aren't you Team Zeneb,
Right?
Cole?
Exactly. And he's like, of course I'm in love with you. Like, and she's like, are you in love with me? Like, are you attracted to me physically? And he's like, I mean, you are not my type. Like, you are not the girl that I would immediately go for. I would immediately go for Colleen.
Mhm.
So, like, there's some disconnect there. And Zeneb is like, well, you know, like, you knew going into this you could end up with anything. Like, what
Yeah.
are you doing? And he brings up, he's like, oh, like, I knew what I was getting into. Like, I proposed to Zeneb. I didn't propose to Lily.
What?
He's okay. I don't know what the fuck he really means, but it feels a little racist.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a weird fucking thing to say
Yeah.
out of context.
Yeah. Well, in context too.
Too. Like, it just doesn't
don't-
make sense.
Yeah. Okay. So. Okay.
Yeah.
Nope. Walking away from that.
Yep.
Walking away from that statement.
Yep. Yeah. So, we're not quite done with this episode. We have to touch on Nancy and Bartice, and then we have to visit Colleen and Matt for a second, but we will wrap that up in next week's episode.
All right. And along with several other episodes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
We'll get to see who walks down the aisle.
Oh God. Very little
If they
hope
walk
for
down the aisle.
anybody.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Well, thanks so much for listening, guys. We really
Yeah.
appreciate you. Shout out to our patrons,
Yeah.
Emma
And
and
Florence.
Florence.
Yeah.
Hi, Florence. You are a sweethart.
Yeah, you are. We appreciate you a lot.
Yes. All right, guys. Well, we'll be back next week. In the meantime, you can find us on all social media. Much Ado Some Shit, including YouTube now, because we got a YouTube handle, and it's
Oh.
Much Ado Some Shit.
Thank
so
you for
that's our
doing that.
URL.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, we'll see you next week. Thanks so much for listening.
Yeah.
Bye.